to see you.
Nice to see you. How's things?
Everything's going well. I couldn't be happier. We're here.
City Park.
It's beautiful.
It's a pretty stunning place. The Morning Call here is the place that does beignets.
Perfect.
They're pretty hot.
Yeah.
Well,
You just go right in. All right, I'm going. Delicious. Fantastic. Has to be eaten hot, though. Right?
Can't eat them cold. Can you show us this process here?
How long can the dough sit in there?
Well, it lasts for about 6 hours.
And the humidity doesn't affect it?
That's the one big challenge about New Orleans, anything baking-wise. I could make a cake today and make a cake on Sunday, and it could be a different ratio
Right.
because of the humidity. You know, when I was at Commander's Palace, and a lot of my days off, I would search the country or look for product, look for farmers. And then I became very friendly with some Vietnamese families. There was a cultural movement going on. And I always believe, and I still believe, in my philosophy in cooking is that if you can understand the culture and you can then understand the people, then you can understand the food.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Photo Bay in the early 90s became one of my spots. I met Carl Sr. and Mama. He went to Vietnam for the war and met Mama. And then they got married. And then after a little bit of time, they came back to Louisiana. This got wiped out. This whole area got wiped out in Katrina. So they rebuilt this, and they just recently reopened. Carl Jr. was telling me that he had like almost 2 years off, which is why he grew a beard. No.
Just cause.
Just cause. But we're gonna get to eat some good Vietnamese food right now.
Very excited about that. I traveled there. I was there on assignment, but I stayed for 4 months. I traveled from south to north, from the Delta all the way to the Chinese border, and ate my way through Vietnam. I haven't been since, so I'll be curious to hear when you take your trip what you find, but it was completely undeveloped. One of my last meals there, a woman had a rice carrier. Her whole kind of soup kitchen operation was she carried on her back with 2 little plastic stools and a tiny little table, and then with a baby strapped to her body, you know, with the most perfect bowl of pho you could imagine. Are you okay with a little heat?
Oh yes, love
And who
heat.
am I asking?
This is a shellfish base.
Really nice. People get freaked out by the fish sauce. It's the secret weapon.
Yes, it is. No.
Kind of can't get enough.
Oh, I know. So, watch. And then he put this on us, which you were talking about, the imperial cuisine.
Yes, that's it.
Oh my God! Wait.
Delicious.
Wait. When we talk about the bread, we talk about the humidity.
Yep.
Okay. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Here we go.
It's so authentic.
It's a pretty small kitchen, pretty small restaurant. But the one thing that Carl has is a steam kettle. So that has broth in it at all times. He just constantly is making stock. There's no cans and none of that back there.
This was a real treat.
I'm glad I could turn you on to Photo Bay.
Especially for me, because I haven't been to Vietnam in 20 years.
Mama! Everything's beautiful. Everything's fantastic.
Pilar Guzman.
So nice to meet you. Part of the family, yeah. My father is the oldest one, and then my generation now is my son.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna go down Magazine Street because I want my friend here, Pilar, to see Casamentos.
Oh, there's Emerils.
There's Emerils. Flagship.
First baby.
Yep.
So what about music? Do you go see music?
It depends. It's mostly when people are in town. I'm a big fan of Jeremy Davenport, who has the Jeremy Davenport Club at the Ritz-Carlton. Trumpet player. It's amazing. Played for my wife and I's wedding. And then if we wanted to get a little crazier, after we had a lot of wine, there's a couple of clubs that's pretty amazing. The way that New Orleans was built wasn't so much about neighborhoods. It was really conquered and divided by individuals. So this is the residential part of Magazine Street. This neighborhood is flipping right now in a good way. Then as we get up here in the Fork, this is another area. This is a more hipper area for antiques, shopping, which is big in New Orleans, and restaurants. And you'll see how it starts developing as we go from this point on, though. So this is Casamento's, this green and white place. It's a shotgun, and the kitchen's in the back. You got to go through the kitchen to go to the bathroom.
It's great.
And it's not very big, and they have an oyster. They're shucking raw oysters, but then their oyster stew is terrific. Their peacemaker is terrific. Peacemaker is basically almost like a muffaletta bread with fried oysters dressed. And they call it a peacemaker because that's what you would bring home to your wife when you were out too late drinking one night. Now, there are a lot of oyster houses in New Orleans. For me, for 30 plus years, I've been coming to Casamento's. So anything relating to oysters there is the real deal. Now, another really, really big place on the corner here called Tipitina's. This yellow building here on the left. The Neville brothers, I mean, the Meters, I could go on and on and on, just how amazing. And this is Hanson's. Hanson's Snow Bliss Shop. In season, the line is like around the block to get snow cones. And they're very different snow cones here. They call them snow blizzards. Because you can get chocolate, you can get condensed milk, you can get strawberry, you can get all it's a big, big deal. And they shave their own ice for the snow cone. Annunciation is the 500 block. I'm reading 50. All right, you're gonna take a stab at it? There it is. Man, good job, my brother. Nobody finds this place like that easy. This is Don Melisi's. This is my favorite pool boy shop in the city. Let me give you a peek. How you doing?
Nice to see you, sir.
I got some colleagues from New York, and
New York.
we're just
Hello,
gonna.
New York.
I'm gonna give them show around a little bit.
Did you get that cash register?
Just something to go with a pool boy. Beer? I like amber.
It's really fantastic. What a treat. Truly. Cheers.
Cheers. How old is Don Melisi's now, bro?
Not known for sure, over 100 years. We've been doing the combination of po' boy and drink for about 70, 80 years.
And in this location.
Absolutely.
Only this location.
Yep.
One time I was here, I was working here. I worked here for a couple of hours just to mess with people. I answered the phone. I took the phone orders for like an hour. It's the Firehouse. It's like it's fun.
It's so great. I just love how tight that kitchen operation is.
Right?
It's like
It's 2 or 3 man
nice.
operation. That's it. It's just like.
Oh, thank you so much.
Mom.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We
So
started making
kind.
them in September and bam.
Bam. They're like a cross between a fry and a tater tot. It's pretty epic.
If you eat a shrimp first,
Okay, so you get the full experience.
so you get the dimension of where they're coming from the shrimp.
Nice.
Then, if you do this,
There's an airiness to the bread. It's not too heavy.
cannot be dense.
Yeah, because it could kill it.
A lot of people have tried to copy this.
So where do they go wrong? The sauce.
Gravy.
Excellent.
Amazing, right?
Heaven. Delicious.
Amazing.
So, hands down your favorite po' boy. I mean, I'm sure there are others that are great, but this is amazing. Almost done.
All right, here we go,
Got
guys.
everybody?
Smile, everybody. So, welcome to Marrow.
So, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. You know, Meryl is named after my little girl.
Yeah.
And I think the menu reflects a lot of those experiences, not only of my evolution as a chef, my travels with Eat the World, but also family moments and from our travel and from things at home that have come about.
You go from tacos to, you know, Korean-style short ribs. You really are eating your way around the world. And also just the New Orleans cuisine is that amazing mix of influences.
As we experienced at Photo Bay and we talked about the Vietnamese culture, the restaurant culture is also changing because pre-Katrina, we had about 600 restaurants. Population of about 1.2 million, 1.4 million. After Katrina, obviously not the same population. Right now, 2016, we have over 1,600 restaurants that have opened in the city.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Now, here I am telling you about Louisiana, and this is today's gumbo. And this is made with chorizo and duck.
What's your twist? It also just seems not as sort of thick.
From scratch. Everything in-house. The thing that makes this a little bit cleaner, if you will, is it's all about the roux.
It's delicious. Oh my goodness, what's this?
In the South, you have biscuits. This is a pretty bold statement, I'll say that.
Yeah.
So we called my friend Art Smith and said, Art, what's your secret of biscuits? Asked Leah Chase, what's your secret of biscuits, et cetera, et cetera. So then, because I'm insane, I put foie gras butter on it, and then this little berry compote.
Okay, so tell me, like, what marks the consistency, the perfect consistency?
You put that in your mouth and tell
All
me.
right, I'll tell you.
Unbelievable, right? And when I rented the house, Venice,
Yeah.
I rented a house on the canal with the Batalis.
Oh, wow.
Mario and I would wake up, we'd have an espresso, a small beer, and a mortadella panini. And we would say, okay, what course are you doing tonight? I'm going to do pasta. All right, then I'm going to do the meat.
I love it.
Okay, and then we'd go
What
shop.
fun.
This is a local beer called Abita.
It's delicious. What I love about, you know, in Spain and places like that, where it's like all you want at a certain time of day is this much beer. You don't need...
Correct.
Oh my goodness.
We have a
What do we
mutual
have
friend
now?
by the name of Noble Matsuhisho. He
Tuna,
does this like
yes.
on a plate. I wanted to take a lot of those flavors. It's beautiful tuna from the Gulf.
It's gorgeous.
And it has a little citrus, sriracha, has sesame noodles. You kind of do.
Wow. So it's sriracha, and there's something else, though. What else is there?
It's ponzu.
No, I taste it.
The freshness has to be there. And I happen to be a big fisherman, so I'm a fanatic about fish.
Yeah. It's delicious.
Good. What I did when I designed Marrow, I inverted the system so that the expo, the pass, can be on both sides.
Nice.
Then I had this guy build me this custom robotic grill. This is designed like Japanese fire grills. I realized the importance of wood. So I converted it so that it's completely all wood fired. Pasta station, fire station, prep is all in the back, and then
Pizza oven.
the oven.
Wow. I have to say, I love that we went from the most authentic po' boy, little hole-in-the-wall, fantastic place, and then we go to the new restaurant, which is all about you're having cherry-picked your favorite, most authentic flavors from around the world, and you know, I feel like that's a nice. We bookended that nicely.
Got a good taste now for New Orleans?
I think so. I think I might have to come back and just, you know, remind myself. Though.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And,
it was such a treat to get to trail you.
And friendship and
Yes.
and eat the world.
Yes, indeed. Cheers.
Cheers.